What's going on? I know y'all saying it's been a minute since AJ Red been in the thing, but listen, some of y'all out there been saying y'all enjoying this Car Chronicles. Let me turn this fucking air down a little bit because it is hot outside. But I'm sitting in the air conditioning, and I wanted to jump on here and give y'all a little something, a little update before I get down to the Married to Medicine and post that video for all of you who know Married to Medicine and watch that show. I will be covering it. It started on yesterday, which was 3/13, I think, on Bravo. So check them out on Bravo if you haven't already. But anyway, if this is your first video, please go ahead now, hit the subscribe button. Make sure to subscribe to this page and become one of the family members over here, one of the cousins. Yes, how y'all doing, cousins? And also make sure to hit that thumbs up button. That's the like button. They say that helps me out a lot. I don't know how, but I'll figure that shit out later in analytics. And make sure to share these videos with somebody. All right? Share these motherfuckers with anybody. So listen, I'm going to jump right into these topics real quick. I'm not going to be before you very long, like your pastor would say, but in your book of fuckery, because as we not the Bible, in the book of fuckery, turn to page 375, I guess chapter 16. We're going to start with verse 38. So basically, what's going on out here in the world? What's going on out here in the world? There's a 30-year-old woman named Brittany McClure was arrested in Detroit about 3 or 4 days ago on sexual assault to her doggy. It was said that Brittany, living in the same home as her ex-boyfriend, I guess they were still sharing a home, and I guess he was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on with the doggy. He was trying to figure out why the doggy was so aloof, why he wasn't acting right. If y'all seen this story, y'all saw the poor dog sitting up in the goddamn picture like a sad old man that's pretty much been sexually abused. Now, the young man, the ex-boyfriend, is the one that reported the story to the police, saying that he set up a video camera in the living room and that Brittany laid on the motherfucking floor on the mattress in the living room. So y'all see where this story is going already. Laid on the floor on the mattress in the living room and had a blanket. And she called the dog over to her and asked the dog to come under the covers and make her feel good. So apparently the dog did her first. I think the dog licked her poo nanny first. And she was telling the dog, you know, good dog and all that shit up under the blanket. Now, there have been some folk, and y'all know what kind of folk do this. I'm not going to even say it. But there have been some folk before that have been, you know, reported having sexual relations with their animals. You know, dogs and shit like that. But this one here took me by storm because they said this nasty bitch went, after the dog finished on her, she decided to go and suck the dog thing. Now, you got to be a particularly nasty kind of bitch to sit up here and say, for one, first off, having that dog to lick your pussy. That dog sit up there and lick his own nuts and asshole and all kind of shit, his booty hole and stuff like that, and clean himself. And you're going to ask that dog with that nasty ass tongue with all them germs and bacteria on it from a dog's booty hole or from a dog's balls to lick on your cooter, and God knows what kind of infection she probably get motherfucking yeast infections all throughout the year from having that dog lick on her poo nana. But it just, to me, I can't understand how a bitch can be that lonely. There ain't nowhere in the world that you that motherfucking lonely that you take a world of events and had a dog to lick your pussy and then you turn around there and suck that dog's dick. That's some nasty ass shit. That's a whole new level of some nasty shit. My thing is, now she living in the house with the ex-boyfriend. It seems to me, maybe if y'all had an agreement to stay together, like to me, if you would slide to his room every once in a while and suck on his thing and let him eat on your banana. But maybe he not into that kind of shit, or he don't fuck with you like that no more. So I guess she done got, interested and desperate. So desperate till she let the dog lick her puss. Now, I don't know how many fucking margaritas the dog gave her to give him some head, but baby, listen, that bitch went down there. Apparently, she was being superhead on the dog, so the dog ain't never complained, I guess, about him doing her. But I guess the dog was mad about, the fact that, bitch, look, first of all, it's bestiality. I just don't see where I would ever be that motherfucking desperate that I would ever fuck around with an animal. It'll never be. And I would think for this nasty bitch, I would think that they were going to lock her fucking ass up, which they did. So she's over there in the prison in Detroit being held on $100,000 bond for sucking dog's dick. Let this serve a lesson. Let this serve notice to anybody else thinking about making a dog lick their pussy. I don't know how many times she done watch what it is, that movie with Monique in it and Gabrielle, I think it's Gabrielle Sidibe, Precious. I don't know how many times this bitch watched Precious, but however many times she watched it, she should have known that it did not end up well for Monique. I'm glad they got this nasty bitch down there at the jailhouse and picked her up. You have to be either semi-retarded, slow, dumb, cripple, crazy, fuck, blind, smoking dick, dynamite, and demon seed, or some shit like that for to have a dog to come down there and lick on your pussy. And it wasn't even so much as that part. It's the fact that I've had dogs, right? I've had male dogs, and you can see when these little male dogs, when they get into heat, when they smell some coochie around and shit like that, they decide to get excited and stuff like that. Even if you ain't got a female dog around, sometimes these little hypersexual ass little male dogs, you'll come to find sometimes you'll see that little piece, that little lipstick come out of there, and it got all that wet stuff. I don't know if they naturally lubricate and that's why it's wet and stuff like that. But the bottom line is, for that bitch to go down there and stick her mouth on there, they need to be going down there and check her pharynx for doggorea and cat chlamydia or dog chlamydia or some shit. They need to check her motherfucking shit. And they need to go and give her an STD test while she over there at the prison. But that's some of the nastiest shit I ever seen in my life. How could you sit down and take your nasty ass mouth, because now it's nasty, take your mouth and put on that dog's dick? And I guess that's why the dog wasn't complaining and telling nobody, because the dog was getting service too. But the boyfriend, I don't know if he was jealous or what, but he said at the end of the day, bitch, you ain't even suck my dick, but you gonna suck the dog's dick. That gave a whole new meaning to go suck a dirty dog's dick, because that's one of the things we say out there in Louisiana. You know, go suck go suck a fat dog's dick or a dirty dog's dick. And it seemed to me somebody must have given her that information and she took it too literal. And went down there and sucked on that dog's thing. Brittany McClure, I got to say, you go down as one of the nastiest bitches in history. In our history, in our age, in our timeline, as one of the nasty ass millennials, bitch, because ain't nobody that desperate. Okay? Whether you humping on a dog, licking on the dog, sucking on the dog, or got the dog licking or sucking on you, that's some nasty ass shit, bitch. And I'm glad they got your nasty, gutter butt, bean target looking, slime, grotesque looking ass down there at the fucking jail with $100,000 bail bond, bitch. And I hope nobody come there and get your fucking ass. I want to see the look on the judge's face when she get down there in the courtroom and they read the charges off. And they read the charges off to her and say, listen, on the count of sucking a dog's dick, how do you plead? She better say guilty. Matter of fact, bitch, you better say not guilty, because you need to fight this. Although we got video footage, you over there sucking that dog's dick up under that blanket. On count 2 of having a dog to lick your putty cat, she better, if she know like I know, bitch, not guilty. But the evidence gonna tell everything when you get down to the court, and they enter that footage into evidence as Exhibit B or A1. But anyway, y'all watch your dogs. Don't let everybody babysit your dogs. You're bad enough you got to look out for your children, but I guess your dogs too. Moving right along. Everybody is so pissed right about now with Tory Lanez catching 10 years after shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. I almost said Vera. Shooting her motherfucking pinky toe off a couple of years ago that drunk night. Now, this is my thing. Everybody on the internet I see is ablaze right now, and the internet is on 5 cent. Everybody is upset with Megan Thee Stallion about Tory Lanez getting this 10-year sentence. This is what I have to say about that. The bottom line is Tory did commit a crime. You know, whether it was accidental, on purpose, he committed the crime. It was said that he was saying dance, bitch, or some shit like that. I don't know. He done watched too many fucking movies. He done seen too much Harlem Night. But at the end of the day, he ended up shooting her in the foot. Neither she or he, or I forget the other bitch that name was that was there that she used to be friends with, nobody told the whole truth. And we all still to this day don't know what went on, but those three, maybe the driver and guard, right? I will say this, even though that Tory has committed a crime, he shot that girl in the foot. He didn't kill her. He didn't cripple her. She didn't sustain, other than emotional, which is bad enough, and a physical injury. she was not like, she didn't lose a toe or a fucking foot like Vera did in Harlem Nights, you know what I'm saying? I just see people catch lighter sentences for trying to commit murder, attempted murder or something like that. I feel like in this case, yes, Tory should do some time, but I think 10 years is a bit excessive. It's a little too fucking much for shooting a bitch in the foot, because let it not go unrecognized that they're all responsible for their actions that night. When you have drunk fun, bitch, and you don't understand what went on the next day, but you know you woke up with a hole in your foot, 9 times out of 10, not just the ones around you were acting recklessly, apparently so were you. Right? According to the evidence and all this stuff and the stories that we got from that particular night. I am not dismissing the fact that Tory actually committed a crime and shot Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. I am not dismissing that fact. I'm only saying, in my mind, 10 years seem to be a little bit excessive. It seems to me they would have given him maybe 2 years, maybe say 2 years, having to serve at least 6 months or something like that in jail, or 8 months in jail, and some of it suspended, and maybe some community service and a public apology to Megan Thee Stallion. But of course, you know, the judiciary system, they work the way they want. They hand out these sentences as the way they see fit. Although they don't always come out fair, although they don't pack fair with these decisions all the time, I am saying that they got most people wavering or siding with Tory, right? Saying that he shouldn't have been getting this amount of time. True, but he should get some time. Some people are siding with Megan, saying that she's a young black woman. We don't advocate enough for our black women to get justice. I do see where Megan Thee Stallion got justice in this situation. I just, in my opinion, it seems to be a little bit over not over the line, but a little bit extensive, if that makes any sense. I think it was just a little too much going on. I think that yes, Tory deserved time. Yes, Tory deserved to pay for his crime. But I just really think that 10-year sentence, I agree with some of the others, that it was a bit too much. Hopefully he can get an appeal and go back and appeal this decision and maybe get a lesser sentence. Because let's not forget, on a 10-year sentence, most of the time you'll probably do, what, 3 or 4? I forget the way they break it up or however. And I don't know if it differentiates from state to state or just how that goes. But I understand that with that 10 years, I'm pretty sure he will not do all of that. So I will say this, Tory Lanez, hopefully you have learned a lesson. Hopefully it has taught you a life lesson, and it actually, unfortunately, brought you into adulthood with responsibility in a negative way. But hopefully he's learned something from this experience and this situation. Also, let's not forget, hopefully Megan Thee Stallion also learned how to better carry herself and not be a sloppy drunk, because the understanding is that Megan likes to be, a sloppy drunk. She can't really hold her liquor and that kind of deal. But nevertheless, it does not warrant her being shot in the foot like Vera from Harlem Nights. But good luck to the best of you, to both of you. I'm saying good luck to both of you, Tory and Megan, on your life goals and getting this old shit out the way and getting it behind you, and looking forward to better days ahead. That's what we're praying for the both of them. You all saw the Montgomery brawl. I reported on that, and I probably need to do an update. But in the meanwhile, we saw the Montgomery brawl over there on the riverfront, where somebody got the shit beat out of them with a folding chair, and we had some shit go on that showed entitled Caucasian people, racist Caucasian people, that it will not be tolerated any longer, as that message was sent about a week ago or a little bit more. On the heels of that came already some white man has fallen victim to a black man and a yellow folding chair. Listen, I don't know what y'all planning out there in these streets, because y'all already got necklaces, earrings, and belt buckles and all kind of shit, pocketbooks and all this stuff already made up. I got my order put in down there to the Amazon and Walmart.com. I need to stop by 5 and below too. But nevertheless, another white man has fallen victim to a folding chair, a yellow chair. A young black man and a young white man got into an altercation in Detroit maybe about 3 or 4 days ago. And if you've seen the videos circulating on the internet and in social media, I don't know what the full story is. They haven't given any names. They haven't given a story on what took place. The activity that took place up to the incident. But let me tell you something. If you saw that motherfucking video, whatever it was, I heard people telling the white man to leave the black man alone, just let it go and leave him alone. But he was chasing the black man down the motherfucking walkway. But the black man had a yellow chair, and he was swatting behind him in some kind of way. He swat back. The white man tripped and fell over, and he commenced to beat the holy blessing fuck out of him with that yellow folding chair. I'm talking about to the point he beat him to sleep. It wasn't like that white woman everybody out talking about, oh, she probably don't deserve to go to jail because she done took a rapping upside the head with a folding chair. Fuck that, still take her to jail. But also, in this incident, my co-worker's riding by speaking, y'all, while I'm doing this Car Chronicles. But in this incident, yes, she should still get some time like everybody else or whatever. She should be prosecuted like everybody else, and she involved herself in the shit. But with these two gentlemen over here in Detroit, he beat the fuck out this man with this chair. I mean, he beat him like a runaway slave. He beat him like they did Kunta over there in the movie. He beat him like they did that man in 12 Years a Slave. He beat him like your mama did when the school teacher calls home and tell him you've been acting a goddamn fool and you walk in the door and don't know that she done called the house already. It just came out of nowhere. Listen, he beat the fuck out of him. When he fell on the ground, he was still beating him on his ass buns and everything else. I guess he was beating him like a roach or a rat. He was trying to make sure he stamped him out with that chain and make sure he wasn't going to be wiggling and moving and all that shit. Wasn't going to be chasing him down the sidewalk no more. He beat his motherfucking hat off. He damn near beat the shorts off that motherfucker. The bottom line, the point I'm trying to make to you is people beware. Stop playing with people in these motherfucking streets. They told y'all to fuck around and find out. And apparently this gentleman saw the brawl, the Montgomery brawl. Both these gentlemen seen it. And they took their rightful parts, in this video. So, with that being said, I don't know the gentleman's name just yet. I don't know either one of their names. I don't know what the fuck took place in Detroit for him to take this motherfucking WWF smack beat down with this goddamn yellow folding chair. But let me tell you, when I heard the crowd telling the white guy to back off and stop, that's when I knew right then who I was voting for in this situation. It looked like that game I came in with Street Fighter. It looked like Street Fighter. It was a KO. He knocked his motherfucking ass out with that chair. I'm trying to tell y'all, and it's for anybody. Anybody can get it with this folding chair. I'm telling you, fuck around and find out. Next on my list, Phor from Black Ink Crew, Chicago. Now, he's going around, like I tell y'all all the time, he's going around, he put himself in a kennel, in a cage like a dog, naked and shit, in bondage, and showing everybody his naked ass. Now, it came out actually underground. It came out on social media that Phor from Black Ink Crew in Chicago, he is into pigging. Let me stop playing. He's into pegging. And for those of you who don't know what pegging is, bitch, I had to go find out for my motherfucking self. I had to go look it up and talk to a couple of folks and do some interviews, and found out that pegging is where a straight man likes a straight woman, I guess, or probably any woman that he's dating, fucking with, or, doing it in the butt, literally with. He wants her to strap up with the dildo and bungee jump off in his ass real quick for the one time. And so Phor is saying he's pretty much tired of taking backlash and being under fire for coming out telling everybody that he was basically always dating dominant women. Now, let me tell you something. I haven't met a dominant bitch yet, other than a stud. When they had this little era going on where the studs was fucking the gay boys, trust me, I was never in that motherfucking shit. First of all, I'm the one doing the bending. That's first. Secondly, bitch, I'm not finna have no woman doing no bending on me. I'll be motherfucking goddamn if I was to choose to go that way and bend over and spread my motherfucking cheeks for joy to clap off in the motherfucking audience stand, bitch. I can guarantee it won't be a woman standing behind me with a piece of rubber plastic to my jobbing up in my asshole. Now, the bottom line is this. I'm not trying to put the man out here for shame, but I want to tell you this here for if you see my video. The bottom line is, bitch, I told y'all, everybody wants to come out now about this sexuality. Everybody wants to come out now and let the world know what they're doing. Sometimes, like the old folks say, your dirty laundry does not need to be aired, because sometimes for other folks it stinks, whereas to you it smells pretty good. You feel me? Because everybody got an aroma in their house. I don't give a fuck who you are. And most people, when you come around, you can smell that aroma on their clothes if they're not the kind of bitch that lay around and wash their clothes with some Tide or a little Gain, or if they're not the kind of wash their ass with a little Ivory, or even with their hair, you still smell the remnants of their household, whether it's good or bad. And to them, it smells good because that's the scent that they chose in their house, whether they chose it or not. The point I'm trying to make to you, son, is if you don't want nobody fucking with you about your business, if you don't want to hear anybody comments, if you don't want to hear anybody talking about you getting butt fucked by a straight woman that you figure she's more masculine than you or she's a dominant woman, keep that to your motherfucking self. You didn't have to come out here and tell everybody about your motherfucking business. And that's why I don't understand. Motherfuckers be sitting around, oh, the world just don't like me. The world don't care for me. They too busy trying to down me and talk down on me about my ways of life and what I choose to do. You know that's how these judgmental motherfuckers are. Ain't nothing changed from then to now other than motherfuckers like you deciding to open your mouth and tell everybody you like to bend it low and spray it wide for a straight woman to jump off in your asshole. I ain't got no problem with that. I don't even give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I really don't give a fuck that you choose, to bend over, get on your knees, and dip it low, spread it wide, and open them two big old pillows or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And let that woman, grand slam that ass from the back. Has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with the world. But how dare you sit up and have the audacity, or should I say the audacity, to come out and try to check everybody else for something you should have kept to your motherfucking self. And that's why I tell you, privacy is privacy for a reason. But it seems like motherfuckers just want to be heard and they want somebody to pat them on the back or pat them on the butt just so they can talk, just so they can get a feel or a sense of camaraderie, or to say, oh, you should be comfortable in your sexuality. If you comfortable in your own shit, bitch, you ain't got to come getting your motherfucking confirmation from me or anybody else. But at the end of the day, Phor, what I'm trying to tell you is your decision can be respected among some people, but most will not respect your decision. And just thinking about the 100,000 plus women that don't agree with that kind of shit, or don't even think that kind of shit is cool, or don't want to see they make. Because most women, I want my man to be masculine. I want my man to be a thug. I want my man to bust me side the fucking head every once in a while and let me know he loved me. I want him to cheat on me and treat me like a fucking second-hand, second-rate citizen-ass dog most of the time, so I know he loves me. And so some shit to find out, he over here getting pigging and begging and to be fucked in the butt by another bitch, or he want me to strap on and fuck him in the butt. That's a turnoff for some of them women. And not just a turnoff, but that gives them ammo to go out there and blast your motherfucking ass out the goddamn water. So my whole thing is, if you don't want somebody to have conversation pieces about you, whether it be negative or positive, if you don't want people to have what they call a necessary or a fucking reason to fuck with you and your lifestyle, maybe, just maybe, you should listen to me, Phor, and take it from me. I ain't no old bitch at all, but I can guarantee you, I've been around long enough to tell you, I don't give a fuck what you see in 2023. And I think you're a millennial too. But I don't give a fuck what you see in 2023 that they tell you that they're accepting. But I guarantee you, they're not ready for this one. They wasn't ready for this one. And when I saw the picture of the nigga. The nigga's, he's a fine, good-looking gentleman. But it just fucked me up, the fact that he's sitting up here telling everybody his motherfucking business. If you want to be fucked in the butt by a woman, that is perfectly okay, son. You feel me? It's all right. It's all right. But just don't tell everybody your business. And I think that's where a lot of y'all fuck up at. Y'all want to come out and start talking and put everybody in your motherfucking business. And when people decide to judge or speak, I ain't gonna even say always judge, when people decide to speak their piece about it or give their opinion, now we got an uprising and an uproar, and now I'm depressed, and I got anxiety and ready to jump off the side of a building because some other bitches decided to talk about me about some information I decided to put out there. You knew what they could have brought. Is it because you want fame? Is it because you want more clout? Is it because you want more women to pop up in your DMs to ask you to fuck you in the butt? Is it that you want men to pop up in your DMs and ask you to fuck you in your butt? I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm just saying it be some crazy shit. But anyway, moving on to the next topic, because I got to get back up into my job, y'all. I'm over here getting to the yams on my 9 to 5 on my lunch break, but I'm hanging out with y'all. And I got to get back in time because all the big wigs are here. We doing some stuff here at the job. Fucking audits. So those are always fun, never fun. But anyway, last topic on the list. Speaking about sexuality, Wayne Brady came out telling everybody he's pansexual. He likes to have sex in the pan. I don't know. I'm just saying. But no, it ain't really what pansexual is. Pansexual, I guess, means you fucks with everything. You fucks with the men's, the women's, the trans men's, the trans women's. Hopefully he ain't over there sucking on no dog's dick or let no dog lick on his balls. Or hopefully he ain't fucking around there like Brittany McClure nasty ass or anything like that. He came out with his claim to fame about a week ago. I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but I needed to talk about it because it's been a while, for years on end, when Wayne Brady was on Whose Line Is It Anyway? And then you got the other show is, what's the other show? I forget what it's called. And I watched it all that time. When they come on and do all kind of shit. And people kept asking me, well, you think Wayne Brady is gay? He has a daughter and all this. And I'm like, I knew he was something sexual, but I definitely knew it wasn't heterosexual. Because it was something in his eyes and his lips and his mouth just looked nasty. And it looked so nasty to the point it looked like he might have been licking on stuff he probably ain't had no business or things he had no choice in. But at the end of the day, I'm going to say the same thing to you, Wayne Brady. It's okay to be pansexual if you want to fuck everything. You can be skillet sexual if you want to. I don't give a fuck. You can fuck everything in the pan, in the skillet, in the pot, in the oven, in the air fryer. I don't give a fuck. Fuck it all. Just don't stick your thing up in there because the 9 times out of 10 you're going to get hot. In probably more ways than you can even imagine. But the bottom line is I always knew that something funny was going on with Wayne Brady and his sexuality. But I knew during the time that he came out and the time he's been on television that he felt it was not a good time to speak about those things. Although the era was moving already in motion about gays, trans, pans, and all that stuff. Bacon sexuals, all that stuff. I knew all that stuff was going on and he knew it was going on as well. But I think what it was for him, he played it smart and decided that he would get his feet in the industry and the business first and get his money stacked up. And then he'll probably come out and say, well, yeah, bitches, I know y'all been all thinking about it and wondering. But hallelujah, here you go. I'm pansexual. I fucks it all. And I kind of figured that, like I said in the first place, it was no surprise to me. It was a surprise, but not a surprise. It was a surprise of the pan. All right? It was a surprise that he came out skillet sexual, but it was never really a surprise about him going to announce or with his sexuality, but him announcing that he's something other than hetero. But again, I just hope blessings and peace on you. Keep your business in your house to yourself. You should only be sharing that kind of information with those that you choose to go behind closed doors with and get up under the sheets with and the blankets and all that carrying on. Like Brittany did. Brittany kept her business to herself. Brittany McClure kept everything that when she was sucking and fucking that dog, she kept all that business to herself. It was the ex-boyfriend that got jealous and put on the thing and set up the camera. And he done set me up. Is what Brittany probably was hollering going out there with the towel over her head from the house and the Chanel braces, them cuffs, clink, when they took her motherfucking ass out of there and took on down to the jailhouse. And it's crazy to me how they'll lock your ass so quicker for fucking a dog or sucking a dog or killing a dog than they would for, killing somebody of color or even a random man on the street or some shit like that. But in this world, it seems like now, almost don't nothing even surprise me too much. So I keep myself on guard to be surprised and not surprised. On guard. On 1, on your balls. 2, get ready. 3, here the fuck it comes. Yeah, so I mean, it's a lot of stuff goes on in the world now that really doesn't fucking surprise me. It tickles my tickle bag though. It is funny to me. A lot of this shit do be funny to me because I'm a private man. You feel me? And I don't give a fuck what kind of notoriety I'm looking for, what kind of clout I'm looking for. I'm not finna get on here and share my sexuality with no fucking body in no motherfucking detail. You feel me? So, I mean, I just don't get it with these people. They want to be famous. They want to have clout. Then they put the information out there to the public. And when the public responds to it and it's not the response you were looking for, now all of a sudden, leave me alone. Go away. Just let me live my life and leave me alone. Leave me alone. All that shit. Go on the fuck on with that bullshit. If you want to be able to leave the fuck alone, we'd have left your ass alone had you kept your fucking dick suckers shut. And keep your meat beaters and your cat scratchers off that keyboard on your social media pages and platforms, telling everybody your goddamn business. Everybody ain't like Sukahana. You know, Sukahana, she'll tell you she a nasty bitch. She'll tell you she want a coochie scratch. She'll tell you she want to go out there and eat some man's butt. She'll tell you all that kind of shit, and she don't give a fuck. She don't care what kind of rap follow her. So if y'all care about your rap, you care about your name and your brand and all this different stuff, shut the fuck up. Let us find out from a bitch that done fucked around with you and decided to try to extort you for some money. Let us find out like that. And even then, if ain't nobody got no videotape bitch or no fucking audio bitch, deny it to the fullest, sue that bitch or pay that bitch to go away and keep your life moving and keep your motherfucking mouth shut. All right? Anyway, I'm done with the Car Chronicles for today. I got to get my funky ass back on this clock. I might go nibble on a taco or two before I get back up on this motherfucker. I'm not sure because I'm tired of eating tacos. I'm probably about ready to go take this motherfucking straw hat off and put a sombrero on. I eat so many fucking tacos and Mexican food through the week at work. I'm tired of it. And I done fucked around and cooked lasagna and still left it down to the fucking house. What good am I to my own self? But anyway, all right, cousins, y'all holler. Remember, if this is your first video, go ahead now, hit that subscribe button. Hit that motherfucking bell. If this is not your first video, and if it is, hit the fucking like button. They say it helped me out a lot. I figured out later on down the road. Make sure to share these videos with someone. Share them with someone you know. Share them with someone you don't know. Share them with someone you like. Share them with a motherfucker you don't get no shits about. Because 9 times out of 10, I'll be the glue that probably bring y'all together. Hallelujah. Listen, I'm about to be out of here. Y'all make sure to stay positive. Keep your positive vibrations high as fuck. Don't let anybody bring those down, okay? That's you and that's your energy. Keep that shit up there. That's for you, not them. Make sure to love yourself real good always and first and foremost. And love on those in return who choose to give you the same back because ain't nobody got time for no motherfucking lame, yeah. You heard? All right, cousins. I'll see you guys in the next motherfucking video. I guess we're going to be discussing Married to Medicine. Hopefully we ain't going to be discussing nobody over there bumping pussies with a 4-legged cat. But anyway, I love y'all. Holla.